Top of the morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a who is most likely to questionnaire with my best friend, Anna. Say hi.
Hey.
We have only 15 questions. We wrote them down, well, she wrote them down, I had to do something, on a piece of paper. For each question, we will point to whoever we think is most likely to do this, and then, like, if she points to me, she'll explain why she thinks I'd be the one to do that, and we'll be crossing each of them out. Did you grab the pen? I got it.
Okay.
We'll be crossing out each question, maybe marking them as to whoever did them. We don't know. Alright, let's start off with the first question. Who is most likely to have a lot of brothers and sisters? Alright, on the count of three. 3, 2, 1. What do you think? Is it because I already have a sister? Or?
I mean, I'm an only child, so I don't really have any siblings at all. And you have a sister, so technically you'd be more likely to have a sibling because you already do.
I'll trade my sister for a brother any day. Name that bitch Jason. I don't hate my sister, but yeah, just cross out. Oh, you're actually writing them down.
Why not?
True. I don't hate my sister, we just never get along. I'd rather a brother, but I mean, I always wanted another sibling. Like, even if it was just like a little sister, it'd be so much more fun to have. If it was a little brother, holy shit, it'd be the best thing. Play video games with him 24/7. Alright, next question. Who is most likely to listen to classical music? 3, 2, 1. I just think she'd be able... I mean, I don't think she does rap or anything like that. She'd be most likely to listen to classical music altogether, really.
I mean, sometimes I actually do. Like, Beethoven's Symphony's pretty good.
Yeah, like when I, in a weird way, when I think of classical music, I think of the opera.
Yeah. Opera's pretty good. I mean, I've never been, but... Moving on.
Who is most likely to go to the museum very often? 3, 2, 1.
Actually, I don't go to the museum that much.
That must be her.
But
I think you would go to a museum.
I hardly ever go. I mean, I used to go a lot when I was younger, but not anymore.
Still, that counts. The only time I ever went to a museum was either if I was forced to go or it was a field trip.
I mean, the Museum of Fine Arts is pretty good. I've never been there, but I've heard a lot of good stuff. His paintings.
If they had a museum on gaming, I'd go every Sunday.
Of course.
Every single Sunday.
Who is most likely to be rich?
Ooh.
That's a toughie.
That's a good one, actually.
Very toughie. I think it depends on the word rich.
Yeah, like, do you mean rich in health, rich in money?
Rich in, like, personality quality?
Quality, yeah.
It's, like, a very, very tough question.
I'm gonna say me. Not only because, well, you know my grandmother, right?
Oh, yeah.
My grandmother with, like, the battle tank type truck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she works for a company where she has, I think each of, like, with my grandfather, he works for he owns a company. Like, he actually owns, he owns a carpentry company, and my grandmother worked in, I think, financing or something like that, and they saved up a lot of money. I'm getting it. Well, I'm not getting it. It's in a trust. So when they die, if I have a good job and I have a good wife and everything goes out smoothly, I get their money. Well, my sister also gets their money, but I don't see that happening really quick.
So it kind of be split down the middle for you guys?
Pretty much.
Nice.
Rich in health, I really don't mind. I mean, we're all gonna die anyway someday.
True enough.
I look at it that way.
Who is most likely to be poor? If that means
that's an even good question. That's a really weird question.
If that means like poor in spirit or like you're really low on yourself.
My spirit animal is poor.
No, I meant like if you're really low on yourself and like not confident, I'd probably say me. but only in that context.
I'm glad she said that.
I don't know.
And I didn't have to say that because that would have sounded really bad coming from me.
Probably, but oh well.
If you're wondering what we're doing down here, we're actually making a tally off to the side on whose question got who, and then we're going to see how many there's only 15 questions. We're not going like huge with it. Sorry about the noise in the background. I can't do anything about that.
None of us can.
Who is most likely to have always been the heartbreaker? So,
That's debatable.
when you think heartbreaker, do you mean like break up with somebody, or you're always like? See, when I truly think of heartbreaker,
You mean
I
like
think
someone
of
that ends a relationship? And stuff
yeah, I think of some. I'm gonna have to take one for the team on that one. I've had many relationships, and a lot of them ended up with me breaking up with people.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
we
that was old.
dated like 3 times.
Yep.
I broke up first, then she broke up, and I broke up. And I'm most likely to break up with somebody I look at it this way: when somebody breaks up with me intentionally, I'll just look at it and I'll be like, all right. Swear to God, I literally went out with a girl for a freaking month. I went out with this girl in my 7th grade year for like a week. Then the upcoming week, I was dating somebody else. I ended up dating her for like a month. She was dope. Fucking hated her though after it. We never talked ever again. Moving on.
I know with me, I've had a couple of breakups myself, and I've been both the breaker-upper and the dumper and the dumpy, but neither is easy. So I'd have to say I've kind of been the heartbreaker before.
So we'll go like
We'll
half
go
on.
both.
Yeah, so we'll go. I'll just cross my name. We'll go both.
Who's most likely to live in a big city?
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's kind of tough. I mean, it depends on what you mean by big city. If you mean like,
I think they mean initially like Boston or New York. I think they mean New York.
I mean, if they mean like a really big area with like 3 parts of town or something.
Like I'm thinking, when they mean like big, like what I'm thinking is I think they mean like Manhattan and stuff like
The
that.
Big Apple.
Yeah, the Big Apple.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like Washington. That's a big fucking city to get through.
True, or New York, like you said.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go neither of us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We're both small town kids.
Well, that, and I just don't think that a big city would go well with either of our personalities and what we're interested in. So.
I once lived in a big city though. I lived in Methuen for like a week. Actually, no, not a week. I had an accident when I was a child, and I had to move. I told you about this one with that fire.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, it was a long. I don't want to get into it now. I'll probably end up
No,
explaining it in another video. But I ended up moving for a year down to live with my godmother, and they took us in for a little while, and we lived there for maybe for a year. And big as hell city. I always got lost.
I mean, I know with me, I also had a house fire years ago too.
Yeah.
And we ended up moving to Malden with my grandparents and lived there for like a couple months. But I don't really remember like going around town that much.
Much of it.
So.
I don't like big cities.
Me neither.
You have no idea where the fuck you are. You can't get around
I'd
easily.
rather live in
It's
the
hard.
suburbs. I mean, the suburbs sounds kind of more, complex and kind of equal. It's there's enough like area with like, forest and trees, but there's enough buildings to be happy with. So.
I prefer I like where we live now.
I'd say we live kind of like in the suburbs.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
Our town is small. There's not like big fucking companies. There's not big buildings.
Yeah.
The biggest freaking thing we have up the street is our freaking center of town. And it's got a couple of buildings. And that's it.
The town hall is like the biggest point of our whole town, or the library. But I mean, that's kind of sad.
Moving on. Who is most likely to watch romantic movies?
That's complicated.
That's both.
Yeah, that is both.
Yeah, that's both of us. I was watching romance for a while. She's always watching romance, I think.
Depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
watch like a horror movie,
Yeah, with me.
or on my own. I mean, I've watched a few by myself.
I literally have a shelf in this room dedicated to horror movies. I'll just show
Of
you
course
one
you
day.
do. You wouldn't be
Whatever.
you if you didn't.
Fucking there. I think I showed you at the Monday. But yeah, I like the 50 Shades of Grey series. That's like romantic thriller,
Yeah.
and then mystery is at the end of it all.
And then like I know Twilight's also a good series
Yeah,
that we both like Twilight.
I bought the movies a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I finished it. Do you watch the entire series?
Wow.
I gotta watch the last one though.
Who's
Most
most likely to be in a choir? That depends on what you mean by being a choir.
That can mean a bunch of things. That
Yeah,
can mean
that
a
means,
church choir. That could just mean a regular school
Well,
choir.
That means more like I think it means like are you like who's more likely to either play an instrument or sing is what I'm guessing at.
No, but that's like a band. No, that's like a chorus.
Choir, chorus. Yeah, they're both musical. But I know what
Yeah,
you
but a
mean.
chorus is like well, that's like a band. Like a
It's
band
hard to
choir.
explain.
I
I mean, I have been in a choir
Where
before.
have I? Back in 7th grade. Everything happened back in fucking 7th grade.
I mean, I've been in a church choir before. I've also been in a school couple concerts.
I've been in a freaking. I went into a school choir, and we won a platinum for our group,
Nice.
and we beat everybody.
So you
So
want
I
to
said
rate
both.
both? Who is most likely to be the best at math?
That's gotta be me.
Yeah. I mean,
Cause I am. It might not look like it. I look like a fucking dumb kid, but I am actually very
you don't-
brain
you don't
smart.
look dumb.
But once you get to know me, I can be a fucking retard.
Not exactly. You're just hard to figure
Well, we've
out.
known each other a long time. She figures me out kind of quick.
yeah.
I figured her out
It
like
takes-
a day.
It takes a while to figure them out, but I think I'd have to say that even though I try hard at math, you're probably the one that gets that point.
During my first month, we always had quizzes. I always got hundreds on it. I passed with an A in math for like a week. Then that went downhill.
Mm.
Then I got a B, then a C, and then I went right back up to a B. I like it though. Math is very simple to me. As long as you got like somebody like saying what it is, then it's like all set.
I think it also depends on your brain. Like if you're more of a math person or an English person.
I'm not really big into English. I mean,
I'm
it's
more
the
of the English
it's the
person.
language. Well, you like reading. I don't like reading.
I love reading and writing.
I have fucking 3 books on a shelf and I just don't touch them.
Yeah.
You think I'm shit?